And go.
Hello, and welcome to the 170th episode of the Gochuucast. And today, we're back from another month hiatus.
We are.
Yes. Before we go into another one.
Yeah, and for those who are wondering, I definitely watched a single episode of anime during that month. Yep, that for sure happened.
I've only kept up with Uma Musume Part 2 and surprisingly Spy Family.
Oh wow.
I guess
Okay.
This
technically
is this
Cheetah
is
Say
my
as well, but
favorite.
that one on break.
So I forgot that Spy Family was happening this season. Honestly, this is what's probably happening right now is my favorite Spy Family arc, or
Yeah,
I
so
guess mini arc.
season 3 has actually been so good.
Yeah, the what I'm assuming is either the current or like just ended of this season is probably my favorite like single piece of story of the series.
What just
So
ended was the bus situation.
yes,
Yeah.
okay, so a little before that. Wow, they're already at the bus.
I already passed the bus.
Yeah, I know. I mean, it's been a while since I've read, but I'm like, that's not much. There's not much more after that. There is, but there also isn't. I mean, it is a monthly, I believe.
I mean, they've been
It's definitely not weekly. It's like it might be a weird like bi-weekly, but sometimes they skip or something like that. But
yeah, I mean,
there's definitely not like a full season of content after the bus,
they have
like
been
after where they'll end.
shitting out seasons every year, so it's not too surprising.
Let me see how far behind I am. Yeah, that might be something that when I actually have time to watch anime that I'll I'm quite a bit behind, to be fair. I'm like 11 chapters, and they're usually kind of not like huge chapters, but they're usually bigger chapters, so it's a decent amount of stuff. But yeah,
Yeah,
this should be a pretty good season from what I remember of the content.
yeah, I mean, through 9 episodes, like it's been a bit since I've actually like been laughing at Spy Family, so I'm glad it's a bit back to season one, core one form. I'd say. I think it just does better when it's focusing on like something. Or I think the one-off episodes are usually really weak for me. And so
Yeah,
whenever
I
it's
agree.
going through an arc of some kind, it's usually at its best. But yeah, I've had a good time with it. Uh, Obviously Uma Musume is peak. Um, yeah, I'm only one episode behind on Chitose, and that came out like yesterday. Or actually, no, it came out Tuesday.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
but
I'm caught
it
up
was on a month
with that
long
actually.
hiatus because they wanted to keep the
Yeah.
quality up. So it you know, but yeah, I am demonically behind on everything in existence.
Yeah. I'm because I think at the beginning of November, because it's been a month, right? So yeah, at the beginning of November I was out of town, and then I had a couple weeks, and then we had Thanksgiving. So yeah, it is what it is. But yeah, I'm caught up with Chitase. Um, I don't know what your thoughts about it so far, but I like it.
I enjoy it. I'll need to see more, I think, to like really have like
Yeah.
a higher opinion of it, but it's like it's solid enough to keep me watching.
Mhm.
Uh yeah, my family got a puppy recently, and so I have
Oh
had
boy.
quite literally zero time to
Yeah,
I've
that is
only been watching like content that I can either pause at any time or just leave running and not give a shit. And so I haven't had time to like just sit down and watch all this stuff.
I just have a bunch of like other stuff. I have another Pokemon regional in a little over a month, so I've
oh
been
right.
getting ready for some stuff with that.
I actually have been trying to get back into Mons more. I don't remember if I had said this the last time we were no, because I remember I played through Sword and Shield and I played through ZA and we talked a little bit about that. But
Hmm.
recently, even though I said I wasn't gonna do it, I got the Switch 2 version of Scarlet, and I played through
I
that.
do think it's like I like how it plays on Switch too.
It
I don't
functions.
know.
That's a start.
Yeah, I don't know if it's like if you had not played it at all, I would say it's worth it. But if you since you have played it before, then it's like, well, it's just gonna be the same experience, but working properly,
I
right?
actually think the game looked worse than I remember it looking, so that was actually that was something.
That's
Dude,
not good.
the very start of the game is so funny because they take you up to the top of the lighthouse to overlook the region, and it looks so fucking bad. And they're trying to like hype it up. But it's just it was rough. Um,
It does remind me I have to buy the ZA
the DLC.
DLC.
Yeah, I
I
gotta
didn't realize that
get
that
that
comes
too.
out this week.
Yeah, no, they definitely came out a lot quicker than I would have expected. I think people were saying like the game was delayed, but the DLC is coming out on time or whatever. So I think this is a
I could see
game that
that, yeah.
definitely needed the DLC or like sooner rather than later because there's only so much you can do like post game, I suppose. Like I have the living dex. I don't think
Yeah,
I have
my
the
living dex
patience
is
for a
ready.
shiny living dex. Um, I will say I've been very disappointed in like the post game, like the mystery gift missions they give you for the legendaries. Those have been pretty bad.
They have
Um,
been pretty. They have been quite literally like go to location, catch legendary. That's it.
it's literally yeah. Like I don't understand why they didn't do boss battles for all of them. Like it's a layup right there. Like definitely could have. Like I don't think it would have been too hard, realistically, to make boss battles for all the legendaries.
I think make. Well, and I didn't understand why they didn't have boss battles for I guess minor ZA spoilers if anyone does mind, but I don't understand why they didn't have boss battles for Zerison and Veltal.
Yeah, those were like probably even more disrespectful than the Diancie and Mewtwo missions. At least Mewtwo has like an interesting location. For Xerneas, they're just like Xerneas showed up in Wild Area 11. I fucking hate that place, by the way. It's
Yeah,
like the most inconvenient location of all time. Except for I guess it didn't have 15 Pyroars in it, but um yeah, it's
bro
just
just
like
popped up.
yeah. And then Yveltal, you have to climb to the top of a roof. Like, okay, bro. But yeah,
It just didn't. It it felt like a missed opportunity to not have boss battles
because
for
they
them.
had boss battles for Zygarde. Like, fuck, they basically had
Mhm.
three, like, because he goes through all three forms or whatever. So yeah, I don't,
Like I understand the like in theory the logic is like, oh well, the boss battles are specifically the
the rogue megas or whatever. But that's not even true,
yeah,
because then you do boss battle Zygarde, and he's not a rogue mega. So, like, he don't even mega during your
yes.
fight. He's just a guy. So, yeah, I don't really understand, but it's whatever. Hopefully the DLC's good. It looks like it's gonna be, a roguelike, so it's not,
Looks like it'll be fun, hopefully at least.
it'll keep me
And
preoccupied.
I do like roguelites.
I do like
So
roguelikes. I am Uma Musume addicted, so
auto battle win.
but yeah, we'll see. There, like I've seen like the leak list of mons to go catch. I'm just hoping that it's not super annoying to get all of them.
Yeah.
I'm very. I want the fucking home update so we can actually see like what these mons can do.
Yeah, it's it'll be fun. It'll be interesting. Uh I'm also interested to see I've heard rumors that the initial champions decks when that comes out is going to be mostly just the ZA and the ZA DLC mons. Like eventually it will expand beyond that,
Yeah,
presumably, but I've heard rumors that starting out it's going to be that.
It's interesting. I wonder if they would have like a championship with just ZA level stuff like until Gen 10 comes
Well,
out.
that's what's also interesting because I mean we don't know. So like talking VGC, we don't know what like the next season of VGC will be, or like what the first champion season will be. But presumably there's going to be a season that's just the ZA and DLC decks probably.
Dude, some
And
of the mons coming back are gonna be so annoying for that
we
bullshit.
All the new megas, right? Too.
Yeah, there's all the
yeah,
new
all the new
megas,
megas,
Yeah.
but then like they're, dude,
Scary.
like I mean spoilers for the
like
DLC, I guess, but fucking
yeah.
like Golden Go's coming back, like all the annoying bitches are coming
What's
Ooh,
back.
Golden
go.
Doe's coming back? Annihilate's coming back. Dozogiri, I believe,
Garg is,
are both in the DLC. Like Garg, like it's interesting because it's like Megas in it's gonna be interesting too.
it will be interesting to
Um,
see some of these mons like from Gen 9 without Terra access, because like I think that is
yeah,
a big thing for Garg and like
Mhm.
Golden Go. I mean Golden Go and Garg are still good even
yeah,
without it,
it
but
definitely matters for Dozo. So
yeah.
it's like
I mean, who
it
knows? Maybe they just
can,
allow Terra immediately, but I doubt they would.
yeah, but it'll be interesting because we know that the plan is that Worlds will be in Champions. Like the Worlds competition will be Champions in like August/September of next
Oh,
year.
we like know that, right?
That was when it was announced. It was
Okay.
announced at last Worlds.
Right.
So
Okay.
competitively, we know that they plan to have champions out at least long enough that it'll be the main like competitive uh, game for Worlds. Which makes sense because I think we're expecting
Mhm.
champions to come out sometime early 2026.
Right. Okay.
But
That'll be
also it'll
interesting
be
for sure.
interesting um because I think the general assumption the current regulation ends in like March, and I think the general assumption is that champions will start in April, but that's just an assumption off of the fact of like figuring out timelines, right? So there
Mhm.
could be another regulation, but right now the assumption is champions metas will start in like April-ish, which will be interesting because I'm planning to go to Houston and potentially Indianapolis if that gets confirmed.
Yeah, I mean, if it's like a ZA specific thing, like fuck, dude, I could compete. Technically, I'd have the guys
Dude, I
to be
low
able to
key
do
kind of
it.
want to try it. I low key want to try it.
I'd
It's
probably
gonna be
get
interesting.
gobsmacked in fucking VGC though. Like I've been a singles merchant my whole life.
Um, it's hard to say. It kind of depends on matchups.
I
At
just, I
like
just get
the
paired with like 100 million absolute noobs, never touched the game in their life.
yeah, there's
I mean,
definitely people like when I played at Milwaukee, I played some people that had definitely been around the game a good amount, and then I also played at people that it was like clear that they're just doing this for fun.
yeah. Also, you can practice. I mean, no reason
Yeah,
you can't get better at it. So.
Yeah,
yeah, but it's like even our level of knowledge is as singles players is probably a lot higher
Yeah.
than you would think. Although what I
Yeah.
would
You.
say
Yeah.
the big difference between most regional players at least have some sort of a game plan, which I actually kind of like, right?
Mhm.
Like pretty much everyone I played at the regional clearly like looked at the matchup and had some sort of like thought process behind what they were doing in a way that felt like prepared and structured.
Right. Right.
Like one of the people I played, this girl that had the Buzz Lightyear team from Regai, and so is Shadow Rider, Zamazenta, Rillaboom, Ensign, Urshifu, and I think like Whimsicott or something. The
Mhm.
last could have been a few different things. Might have been Torn, but she had like she was clearly not. very good or well versed in Pokemon, but she still like knew like in that matchup she always had to Terra her Zamazenta, right? She always had to
Mhm.
bring both of the restricteds in the matchup against me because they were both equally important for different reasons. Like she knew the things to bring, the thing to Terra, and like general like game plan knowledge. It was just
Couldn't put it all together.
put it all together, and it was also like she was nice, and we were talking. It was kind of like her and her boyfriend both did it, but he was like much more into it, and she was kind of just into it enough to compete, but also just there to have fun and do something with him, right?
Right.
So it would depend on matchups, but I'm pretty sure just off of you knowing how to play Pokemon,
Yeah, you
you
could
would
probably.
probably at least win 2 games if you
Yeah.
played all 8 of your games.
I see. I see. Yeah, I'm gonna show up, go 8-0, win the regional or whatever.
Well, A and O's somewhat
He
valid.
knows.
The
Do
problem
you
is
know,
with
as you win
it's
more matches, you're gonna play harder opponents. So that
well,
makes it
Yeah.
hard.
yeah. The thing is, like, you could definitely get good matchups into like 3 or 4-0, right?
Right.
Like that is for sure something. But once you hit like the 4-0 plus, like you're gonna be playing exclusively good players.
And we
Yeah.
take down the Wolfie Glick of the world.
Hell yeah.
It still will be click. Just won't be at that regional probably. Um, and then day 2, it's like okay, you went 8-0, so now you have to win like 1 of 3 games or something like that.
I
Yeah,
see.
that's not fair.
But it's 1 of 3 games against people who finished X and 2 or better. So then it's like strictly only people who are very good.
Oh yeah, because Pokemon does the thing where it's like it's X2s make it, right?
Yeah, X2s make it.
Always. Yeah, and then if there's like an odd number of people, they have like an asymmetrical top. Yeah, because like in Yu-Gi-Oh, like
If you are X and 2, you
yeah,
will continuously keep going until you hit
yeah.
X3.
Yeah, because I remember there's like this whole debate in Yu-Gi-Oh! Because like we have a thing where it's like at the end of the Swiss rounds, there's like a cutoff at a certain
Like a
amount.
reset. Oh, it's just cut off.
Yeah, so like top 16 or whatever. So you could get like you could have the same record, and just because of like random tiebreakers, you could get screwed over, right?
Well, what it
So
is so they do Swiss 8 rounds of Swiss. Everyone who's X2 moves on, and then they do
yep, yep.
another 3 rounds of Swiss
Yeah,
of
it's the same
all
thing.
of the X2s.
Right. Yeah. And but in Pokemon, if you're X2 at the end of all the Swiss rounds, at the end of day 2, you're guaranteed in, right?
Yes, if you're
Yeah,
still
yeah. So
X2
that's like
after
the
the
difference. That's
Swiss,
like one of the things
yeah,
that they were debating in Yu-Gi-Oh! Where it's like in Yu-Gi-Oh! If you go X2 or whatever, it depends on the size of the tournament. But if you go X2, like you could get screwed out of it just because of
you could
tiebreakers. So
be,
like people
yeah,
were saying, oh, look at Pokemon, look at what they do. If you're X2, you're guaranteed in. You just might have to play like an extra round of top cut because of asymmetrical, top
yeah.
cut because there's like an odd amount of people or whatever.
And like the
But
guy
yeah,
who's like XO, like if anyone is, or the X1s with like strength of schedule, like they might get a round off and stuff
yeah,
like that.
exactly, right, yeah, yeah. Um, but yeah, that's like the whole thing with. It's good to have it to where like okay, like, regardless of how bad your tiebreakers are, if you're X2, you'll have a chance to win always. So yeah.
Yeah, I could. Well, I'm not go like undefeated or anything, but like I think with a training arc or two, I could
Oh yeah.
I
compete
mean,
at
We'll
if
learn
least.
to that.
like realistically, if one happens in Indy, like it's right there.
Yeah.
That's close enough that it's like you're almost certainly not going to get closer. It's technically possible because I think some locations in the area where we're at have happened
Yeah, I swear there was
before.
one. I swear
Yeah,
there was one like
I'm.
last year or 2 years ago.
There was a Knoxville, a couple
Yeah,
years ago, or last year. There was a Knoxville somewhat recently.
yeah, there was one last. Okay, or 2020. Yeah, here.
But also, I'm pretty sure the city that Daniel lives in, which I don't know.
Yeah,
if
there
you've
was one,
actually-
and I wanted to go. I think
I don't know if you've actually said that on podcast, so I'm gonna not
whatever.
say it. But
We have,
I'm-
but we can continue not to say it. Actually,
Yeah,
well,
I'm not
there
gonna say it,
was
I'll just
one.
link it.
Right, there was one last year, literally there.
oh wow, that's
And I
great.
didn't.
That's crazy.
No, I wanted to go to this because I think I forgot there was like some of my friends were going, and I think I was like out of town that weekend just because I had to do something. So I was kind of sad that I wasn't able to go. But yeah, I
That's
remember.
funny.
Actually, is funny. Well, if the next if the next thing is ZA, I will go on a VGC training arc and I will attempt to do it.
Hell
maybe.
yeah.
That you can be in on our hotel for indie.
Hotel, buddy. Come to my house.
That's also a fair point.
No, unironically, bro.
Well, man,
There's yeah,
yeah,
no
down.
means.
It just
It's
needs
it's
to get.
it's big enough. Trust me.
It just needs to be confirmed.
Yeah.
He doesn't know what one he's gonna go to, but there's a decent chance that Joey will be going to one of the two unconfirmed
Hmm.
regionals. So if it is indie, there's probably a solid chance that he ends up going to the indie one.
Hmm.
I don't know. I've been talking to him. It depends on schedules, but he definitely wants to go to another event during this coming year.
He's got to get in the
Yeah.
worlds this time, dude.
Yeah.
Bro certifiably does not want to even do well, but he finds the events fun. And the thing is, bro, he likes competing, right?
Right.
So it's not like he's gonna show up and just throw. Like he's gonna put in the prep. But I can tell you, Joey does not want to actually like go accidentally win the regional.
It'd be so funny though.
He will. If it happens, he will do it. It at Milwaukee when we were talking about it because I was explaining to him how Top Cut works and how all of the like cuts work because it was going into the last game of the first day and he was I don't know if he thought he was out or what it was, but he was talking about if his game even mattered and I was like, no, like if you win your game, you literally move on to the next section. He was like, "Oh, okay." But it was like once he got to day 2, I remember talking to him and he was like, "Well, now that I'm here, I'm just going to keep playing and like win as much as he can." I don't know if we know what the other unconfirmed one is.
Okay.
So Indy is a rumor because I think it was like the Pokemon Twitch or something had dates for Orlando and Indy regionals that got leaked early.
Mm.
And then Orlando's been confirmed.
I see.
But Indy, which was the later one, has not. But because of that, it's like very likely that the Orlando one's real, especially because that the Indy one's real because the Orlando one was confirmed.
I see.
Okay.
And Indy's also like an incredibly like good location for a lot of our friend group. It's kind of
Yeah,
like smack
Orlando's a
dab
little
in
bit
the
out of the
middle of a
way.
lot of us.
Yeah. I was hoping you weren't gonna say it's a good location like in general because Indianapolis is kind of a I don't want to say shithole, but
I like
you know.
Indianapolis, but
I don't mind it because I grew up there, but like I know from an outsider's perspective, like a lot like we had the Yu-Gi-Oh National Championships actually in Indy this year in July, and a bunch of my friends came, and a bunch of people from out of town obviously came, and like for the reviews of like what was going on in that city, especially downtown, like where we were, like man, I felt bad. Like everybody hated it.
yeah. I've been to Indy enough and I've seen like enough good sides of Indy. But granted, like the times I've been to Indy were like big basketball tournaments
Uh-huh, yeah.
and football games and stuff like that.
Yeah, you go to
The
Big
Indy
picture.
go to the good
500.
parts.
Well,
It's like one of the basketball tournaments was over St. Patty's Day and we
uh-huh.
had St. Patty's Day off. So even like going around town to the bars and stuff like that, it was on like one of the
Yeah.
#1 bar days of the year,
Yeah.
right?
No, I mean it's a reasonably big city, so like there's like stuff to do. It's just some parts of it are like, I mean, it's like most big
That's
cities,
like
right? Some
every
parts are
city,
dirty.
yeah.
There's like homeless, like people. That's what people don't like that, but I'm okay with it. I'm used to it, so. But yeah, Indianapolis is a good, definitely like a geographically like pretty good location. So much better than
Yeah,
Orlando.
let's see. If it is ZA specific, then because that just makes gathering mons so much easier. Because like bottle caps and stuff like that, like I don't have to think about
Oh
anything.
yeah,
And then champions is
Yeah,
gonna
because you
have
basically
like
have all
the
of them.
yeah. I mean, I literally have all of them, and then champions will allow me to edit them in whatever capacity I would like.
I think my
yeah. They
issue
said that right. Like
Yeah,
with the ZA Dex idea, and this is like always gonna happen when a new meta happens, right? Is I'm like, I don't even know what the freak like to like consider using
that's the fun
at this
part, you know.
point. I mean, obviously we don't know like ability
yeah.
Can't
Abilities
copy
for the
abilities for
megas,
a lot of
and
stuff.
then like we don't know the stats for any of the leaked megas. Besides, well, maybe a few of them, but
I want to see the designs for them, but at this point I'm kind of like, hopefully I just don't see them and I'll just play the game. I'm off the day that the DLC comes out, so I'll probably just play it that whole day.
I'll probably be
And by that
off
whole
whenever that
day,
comes out.
however like 5 hours it takes. I mean, who knows? Maybe it'll be a decent length.
I don't think it's gonna be that long. I think it's gonna be
I
extremely
don't.
disappointing
They
for the
generally
price point.
aren't.
I actually think
Yeah, that's
I saw a thing where they want to actually just make all the DLCs smaller in general because apparently the Scarlet Violet DLC ended up costing more than Legends Arceus, and they're like, oh shit,
wait, really.
yeah, can't have the most profitable franchise in the world spending money. we gotta tone that down a little bit. I don't know. I can kind of get it. I'm actually glad that I didn't play the DLC when I initially played Scarlet because because I've told this story where I saw the selfie stick quest and I quit, never touched the DLC ever again. But I
I like the DLCs for what it's worth.
I actually do think the DLCs were decent. So what I did was I had done a couple of the gyms. I had planned out my team before I played the game. It was the worst team of all time by the time I got to the end of the game. The
Going
DLC
into DLC 2
DLC 2
was
with that dog shit team was so brutal, but I'll get to that. But
I like that DLC 2 was actually like somewhat challenging
I had
from
to
a
use my
gameplay.
frontal cortex or whatever, the frontal lobe. Like I actually had to
Yeah.
power on the gears, to get the brain moving. But
Like for practically the first time in a Pokemon game, I felt like the DLC 2 AI was actually like cooking to the point where it was like, oh, I'm playing a like not a difficult video game, but
it wasn't
like you
even
said,
like
something that makes me think a little
the
bit.
AI for me. The matchups were so bad for my team. My team had let me go grab my let me type in what
Yeah,
team I used.
tell us the team.
We'll put it in like a Pokepaste. Hold on, just for easier
Bro's
discussion.
he's gonna say like Cricketune or some shit.
No, well, you're gonna look at the mons, and it's not gonna feel that bad, but like the composition was
Oh,
not
okay.
great, especially not great for double battles. It was horrendous for double battles.
Toxapex.
No, I only use Gen 9 mons. Only use Gen 9 mons.
Okay.
So
Very ethical.
Respect.
there was you, and then
I love a good. I'm only using this gen's mons.
and then okay, let me Pokepaste. Okay, so this is the gang. So I picked the cat. When I first played the game, I picked the duck. So I did cat this time.
This is like very similar to my first playthrough team in the sense that it's like you have the pseudo, you have the like Titan paradox, you have your starter, and then it's like just 3 somewhat gimmicky picks.
Yeah, so for the people who can't, well, I mean, nobody can see actually, but I had Meowscarada, Bellybolt, Espartha, Glamora, Baxcalibur, and Great Tusk. So to get Glamora, this propelled me into the first DLC early, which thankfully it scales.
Is Gomorrah only available in the first DLC early?
Well, it is available in other places, but it has like the worst spawn rate of all time, I guess, because I couldn't fucking find it.
So it's easier to just go into the.
Yeah,
To be
so
fair, they are all over the DLC.
I read like if you go to the crystal pool, they're gonna be all over the fucking place. I'm like, all right, we're getting to that fucking crystal pool, damn it. And so yeah, I went to the DLC. I ended up doing it. It wasn't super easy because I mean, actually what I steamrolled the fucking DLC right until the very end where fucking Kieran rolls out, or what is his name, Kieran? I think it is.
Yeah.
He fucking whips out a Gliscor. And keep in mind, by this point, my Meowscarada was not a Meowscarada. It was Floragato. And so I had a Dookie mid-tier starter. I had a Bellybolt. And I had a Flittle. Oh, and a Glamet. So I had mono lose to Gliscor. So that was very difficult. I ended up squeezing the battle out, but the matchup was bad there. That was like foreshadowing for the second DLC. Because Scarlet, Violet, DLC 2 battles. I need to see all the types again because I don't remember 100%. But
Bro, life was so much better when I thought Bellybolt's things on the side of its head were its eyes. Now that I know that now that I know that they're not its eyes, it just looks so
oh my
weird
god,
now.
the face in the middle is the eyes. No,
Yes,
that's not
Yes.
okay.
Yeah.
They blink. They blink.
Dude, I never.
If you
I
look
think
in
I
game,
actually. I think I like recognized that in the game, and then my brain was like, "We're just."
Daniel
not
hasn't
gonna-
made eye contact with his Bellybolt a single
Yeah,
time.
I didn't. I think I've seen it blink, but then like I just subconsciously removed that from my brain. But yeah, the Elite Four was Dragon, Fairy, Fire, Steel. Let's take a look at this fucking team right here. I got goob smacked by Lacey the first time I fought her. I was not prepared for Terra Excadrill. That kind of 6-0's my team. Like quite literally, and she brings it out at the end, so I'm already fighting for my life, and then she brings out Terra Blast Excadrill. So that was not the ideal matchup. Crispin wasn't really a problem. But then like Steel and oh dude, the Dragon quest pissed me off so much. Like, alright, go catch a team of Pokemon to fight my goon squad. Like, okay, fuck you. I've been steamrolling the DLC and then I had to go catch a whole team. Thankfully, the levels weren't very. Like, they were like, you know what they would be if you caught them in the wild. Thankfully, but
yeah.
But yeah, Steel also kind of obliterates my team. I have one Steel resist.
So the funny thing about his like gimmick was when I did DLC 2, my gimmick was I was gonna use only Pokemon I could catch in DLC 2. So I got to his gimmick, it was like, oh, I've already been playing the hard mode of only the DLC Pokemon.
Yeah.
So there wasn't that many of, for what it's worth. I don't remember what I ultimately ended up winning with, but I had like 4 shiny Pokemon from that area that I kept trying to force onto my team because I found them naturally.
Yeah, to keep up, because I was not ready for the level jump. I was very underleveled for the Elite Four. After I got washed by Lacey the first time, I went on a training arc. Ended up, I was just killing a bunch of chances. Ended up I found a shiny one. Actually,
I got like 6 shiny Laprases.
I found, I was just catching all the paradoxes to have them, because I want to fill out the Pokédex eventually. But I was in the middle of a battle with a Roaring Moon, and then like a shiny Fluttermane just like floats by my screen. But it was like the most panicked attempt to catch it ever, because I ran from the Roaring Moon, but on top of my body was a Screaming Tail. And so I run from the Screaming Tail, but on top of, so your body teleports to like different locations when you start the battle, so you're not right on top of the mon.
So you just kept getting comboed.
I literally, the Screaming Tail would camp one teleport, and then a Gabite would camp the other one. and I had my belly bolt out front because I was paralyzing the mons. So like belly bolt would like fail to run away from the Gabite dude. It was actually embarrassing. And so I'm like, it took genuinely 10 runaways before I got free, and thankfully it didn't despawn. So I did end up getting that. It was
Nice.
a very panicked moment. Yeah, dude, fucking Kieran's team, dude. Oh my god, I was not. I get to the end and he fucking. I'm like, please tell me, like every other match in this game, this Hydra Apple is just gonna be like Terra Grass or Dragon, and then it was Terra Fight, and it obliterated one of my guys. I'm like, that's not good, but we pulled it out. Yeah, my team's not built for double battles because my Tusk didn't have Headlong Rush, dude. It gets it so fucking late, so I'm just stuck with dumb Earthquake, which I don't have any bonds that are immune to ground, and so it's just cooked.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but Glamora was pretty indispensable for that DLC. Just like broken ability, especially for normal game playthroughs.
We love Gamora.
We love Toxic Debris. I don't know. I mean, I don't know why the fuck they make Glamora the back Pokemon for the champion, but because it's not like Glamora's even built like that. Like he's not like an ace type of mon stat wise, really. He's got decent stats, but I don't know. Anyway, that was my experience with that. I still don't like the game, I think, but I think there are.
Oh, I don't like it either.
But wait for PK to get back before I move on, because this is something I wanted to talk about. I think the last time we talked about Pokemon, I didn't touch on like the characters because I was too busy complaining about Sword and Shield's like route design or whatever.
Yeah.
So, characters in this game are something that I'm very up and down on. I think like all three of like your main friends are like they're just kind of bait for like different character archetypes that are very beloved by like a general populace. Like Nemona, she's just Goku. She likes to fight, and she is Yuri bait. That's what she is.
Okay.
And then you have Penny. Penny is bait for Persona fans, just based on the design, and she's a lonely nerd. She's literally just Persona fan bait. Like you can't look at her fucking design and tell me differently. To be completely honest, I mean, like that's just I don't know what like it just speaks to me as like that's a Persona fan right there.
Honestly, yeah, probably.
And then
Yep.
I never remember his name. I think it's Arvin. He just has mommy issues and a dying dog, and so people feel bad for him and like relate to that. Hello, PK, welcome back. I'm shitting on the characters in this game.
So I still had you guys in my ear.
Oh, you did.
For what it's worth.
Okay.
So I did hear it. I just was figuring out something.
All right. So do you agree
Hello.
that Penny is Persona fan bait?
Yes.
Okay.
I would agree with that.
I have no other way to describe her character other than that.
I just like in concept. I don't know that I like specifically hate the Team Star, but I also it doesn't like
think
it doesn't like do
conceptually
anything specifically for me as
I think
well.
they're interesting conceptually, but I think the big problem this game has with its story slash characters is that it's all like very disjointed. Like you just go from place to place and do a thing and then move on. Like you're not interacting with these characters on a meaningful level.
Yeah.
Because like Penny, you meet Penny and you save Penny from Team Star, and then you don't see Penny like literally ever fucking again, basically, until the very end, where she's like, "I am the mastermind," and which was very obvious, you know. But like you
Yeah,
don't,
like by that point we all know.
yeah, they're like, "Oh, I'm your friend." I'm like, "Bitch, I don't know you. I don't know you at all. Like you're not my friend, actually." Like I think Team Star is interesting conceptually because they are like they're a group of people who faced injustice at this academy or whatever, and so they kind of rebelled and found camaraderie through that. And you were trying to like, you know, show them that like there's a better way to go about this, and whatever the fuck. I think it's interesting conceptually. I just think they just didn't do a good job with
Quite hit
that.
the mark.
Yeah, and then Arvin, everyone's like, Arvin is a well-written character. I'm like, dude, Arvin wasn't even a fucking character until the last 5 minutes of the game, because you go to a Titan, he's like, oh shit, there's a Titan nearby, then you beat up the Titan on your fucking own, and then he finally shows up and helps you for like 5 seconds, and then you feed his dog a sandwich, and that's the end of your interaction every single time, and you only do that 5 times, and so it feels meaningless most of the time.
I do agree that it kind of suffers from the fact that it's because they tried to kind of open world it in like a like, oh, these are your three like paths.
I
Like all
think
three kind of
that's like
suffered.
an interesting way of going about things for the story. I just don't think like it works,
It was quite
unfortunately.
executed.
Yeah, because like most of the times in the story, because like you think about like other characters in Pokemon, like they've never had like the best of characters. Like I think the first time they ever really like tried to make a good character was like probably starting with Black and White, where they make your rivals have a bit more personality. Um, and Black and White 2, obviously, there's that whole character arc for Bro.
Yeah.
But then, like, X and Y, they certainly tried to make the characters work, but I didn't care about any of them, unfortunately. Um, then I think Sun and Moon is like the only time they've hit on the characters for me, I would say.
Sun and Moon were really good games.
I think story-wise, it's probably the most solid they've had. Which like I said this the last time we talked about. I don't understand how we went from that to Sword and Shield, but because I mean the characters in that game kind of suffer from the same thing in this game to an extent. Like it's more linear. However, you're not with these characters enough. You like see different. It's as if they are continuing their own story just off screen, and you have to
The
like just
characters also
accept
like
it.
there's at least one moment, probably multiple that I can think of, where Leon like quite literally pushes you away from the story and is just like, oh, keep doing the badge thing. Right?
Yeah, I remember
Like
because
shit's going to hell in the background, and we know it is. Like it's where you would normally in the story be like, oh, we're gonna go like beat the box art and like overthrow the evil team's plots or whatever. And instead Leon's like,
I'll
no,
handle
I'm
it.
the champion. I can take care of it. Just go
Yeah,
like fight the 7th and 8th gym or something like that.
it's like as if like Team Galactic blew up the bomb in the lake, and then you were told like, "Nah, we'll handle it," and so you
Yeah,
don't actually like see
Cynthia's just
anything.
like, no, keep like playing. We're good. And
Yeah,
then, and the problem with that is that then we still have to go to do the story stuff. Like it does, it doesn't just like totally like backseat all this stuff. It's just like they just put it off, and so it kind of means less when we get to that point eventually.
yeah, and it's frustrating because I feel like they have the foundations for these characters. I mean, you have Hop is the younger brother living in the shadow of his like superstar Omega famous brother, and like throughout the game, like he loses to you and he loses to other people, and he's like, "Fuck, dude, I
Yeah,
suck." And I think they could have executed something interesting with that. But like, he gets depressed for like 2 seconds off screen, and then he comes back, and everything's completely fine.
like
Um,
literally, I'm speed running through the game because I never finished the DLC dexes, and I want to do that and transfer that all to home. So, my my Cinderace is currently level 100 and is just steamrolling the game because I didn't feel like doing a full playthrough again of it. I just want to go unlock like Ultra Balls and stuff like that and go do my
yeah,
DLC decks. But literally like partway through the story, you get like the Hop loses to
the,
Beed or
yeah,
Bede.
Yeah, him.
however you pronounce
I always forget his
name.
name. I always think it's like BB, but then it's like Bead. I don't know. It's like Bede.
Yeah.
Let me look it up
But
actually.
he loses to him, and it's like it starts to act like it's a big plot point, and nothing really gets done with it. Like you said, like it's
Okay,
there. The storyline is there to do.
B just B. Oh no, that's a gym. What the fuck? Who? Okay,
Yeah, not
is Bit
yeah.
B Day or Beat? His name is Beat. What?
Beat?
In Japanese, his name is Beat.
Bead?
His name is Beat. So I guess it's just Bead, but they
Mm,
can't say Bead, so they say, well, they'd be like Beato, right? Or so I don't know, dude. I'm just gonna call him Beat. I'm gonna call him B actually, just so I fucking hate this character. I'm gonna call him B. He didn't get a full name. Um, he is like he also has an interesting him and Marnie. I feel like have interesting foundations as well. Like he is an orphan kid who has no purpose, but then he's given a purpose by the big bad guy of the story that we like don't actually interact with more than once throughout
mhm.
the story itself. Um, and then
That's also kind of the problem with Rose, is it's like
he's just too in the background. Like he's not. He didn't really. You really don't learn about like his worries or his plans until like literally the bitter end, where he's like,
I think he has a couple lines that like it's how like Lysander is in XY, right? You get a couple lines from Lysander in XY that like kind of give you that like, oh, something like weird with this dude.
yeah. I mean, you know, he's crazy from like frame one, but like Rose, he just seemed. I mean, he's like not normal, I guess, but he's more normal than.
He gives you lines that feel more like an adult that is concerned about something than like the almost cartoonesque villain he becomes.
Yeah, I mean, it's like shit, dude. We're gonna run out of energy in 1,000 years. We cannot delay one day. I have to commit genocide upon our entire region. Like, okay, dude. Like, let's relax a little bit. That part of the game pissed me off actually, because Leon is like, dude, literally give me one day to complete the champion thing tomorrow, and then I will help you like figure out the energy crisis. And,
Yeah,
and he's just like, nope, it's gotta happen now. It has to happen now. It's just so dumb. But yeah, but like he tosses B aside because he like destroys the mural or whatever,
hmm
trying to fulfill his orders, and so then he loses purpose and has to find a new self, uh, like his true self. But like that happens off screen. He breaks the thing and he fucking disappears for the rest of the game because he's under a training arc from the weird fairy lady with the big nose.
yep.
And then you never see him again until the bitter end when he shows up to
Until
fight
the
you.
very end, yeah.
And then Marnie, like I might have said this last time with Team Yell. Like Team Yell and Marnie are like interesting because they are from like the slums of this region. They don't have a
hmm
gym stadium. They don't like you can't tear or Dynamax your Mons there. Like they are dog shit. Their town sucks ass. But like the entire town is a straight line that you go down and you do like a couple battles and then you get to the basketball court where you do the fight and then you leave and then that's it.
Yep.
And her character hardly exists. Like you never really hear about like maybe the struggle from that area, from that or Team Yell. I mean, Team Yell shows up like fucking 3 times probably throughout the entire thing. They're irrelevant as fuck. It's just yeah, they have all the puzzle pieces in place, but they're just not like
Like all of the
executing.
characters have the potential to be very interesting and like
Yes,
compelling.
the foundation's there. It's just they are incapable of like finding a way within these games to do anything with it. And it's like it's annoying because the epilogue for Scarlet Violet uh DLC is like a look into what you could get if they like tried, I guess. Um because you actually finally are like doing things with the 3 friends that the game sets you up to have that you don't actually have all of them together until the very end.
hmm
And so it just kind of makes it feel like the start of a game until, but like you're already done. You're in the epilogue. You're in the epilogue just now, like forming relationships between these characters that you're trying to like force, and it just doesn't really work. But yeah, I mean, maybe they'll put it together in Gen 10. Maybe, I doubt it, but we'll see. I hope it's a more of a return to linear gameplay. I don't think it will be because I think
I
based
just
on
want
the
them to
leaks, but
do, because to me there's like basic things that and everyone's talked about it, right? Basic things that they just didn't do that I think are core to having like a true, real, like open world experience. Like the most basic one being level scaling.
yeah, because like I
The
mean,
like important fights.
like what you could do in Scarlet Violet if you wanted to do things out of order is like build an entire team specifically for that gym, but
What it is
nobody's
you
gonna
want to
fucking do that,
yeah.
dude. I'm gonna pick my 6 and I'm gonna fucking roll with it, and that's how the game's gonna go. And I like it's just not it's
That's almost like the intended. Like I play Pokemon games with multiple teams, right? When I played through Scarvy the first time, I had a team for the gym challenge, I had a team for the Titans, and I had a team for the Team Star stuff. Just cause I wanted to try a bunch of different Pokemon.
yeah, I just
So
don't
I
got
had
the
like,
patience for that, you know. I'm getting my 6 and we're winning the game, and then I'll figure it out from there. It's just it stifles like obviously what you did is valid. I think an interesting way to play the game, but it shouldn't be the only way to play the game. Like
yeah.
at least in like a diverse fashion.
All it meant that like my way to kind of like level scale a little bit was like, oh, if I wanted to do like skip ahead and do some gyms, well, my team won't be over leveled when I go back to the Titans because I have a different Titan team. It like doesn't solve the issue, but it at least gives me like something.
Yeah. I don't know. It'll probably be open world again. Uh, I don't know. We don't know a lot. We don't know much of anything about the next games.
For what
Uh,
it's worth, I think I like the idea of open world Pokemon more than linear, but it needs to be done right. Like I think
if they can
Yeah.
do it right, I think I'm fine with that. But I think they are just not good at it right now, and
yeah.
it's just unfortunate. And like, because the problem with like Pokemon is you don't have a lot of time to like get good at it. Your games come out every like 4 years, you know, like you're not getting a lot of experience on the table every time you release a game, basically.
Mhm.
And the Legends games are too
It's
different to be like
a real
viable
like
test
yeah.
for the mainline games in terms of game design.
And the problem is like the Legends games being vastly different is great. It's like one of the most interesting things about them. But like I still want my mainline Pokemon games to be like turn-based combat, right?
Yeah,
And be kind of what
I don't want ZA's battle system in any other game, probably besides like Legends
yeah.
games at most.
It's fun. Like it's a great like different battle system, but it's also like the core games still have to kind of like be adapting off of what they are. So it's like, are there things that they can take from the Legends games? Absolutely. But also, there's only so much that you can take from the Legends games because it's just at the end of the day a different type of game.
Yeah, but we'll see. Because next game is like island based, is all I know. So I'm sure that'll be that can go a number of ways, I
Yeah.
suppose.
I
We'll
mean,
see.
yeah. I mean, I liked Sun Moon, and those were island based, but those are also
That's
like
like
intended
4
linear.
islands, yeah, with
Yeah.
linear progression. This game is apparently gonna have like a bunch of islands, big and small. So it's like we'll see how that goes. I don't know. If they have level scaling, I think it can definitely work. Because even in like some Pokemon media, we've seen like the concept of level scaling. Like, if you ever watch Pokemon Origins, which isn't like a
Yeah.
very official thing or whatever, it's like very much on the side.
But Brock,
But
yeah,
yeah,
I know what you're
Brock's
talking about.
like,
The Brock's
yeah, he's like, all right, what level's your Like, how much experience do you got? He's
No, he
like,
says
what
he has how
badges
many
do you have?
badges.
He's like,
I
what
mean,
the fuck
isn't
is
the
it?
entire anime technically level scaled? Because, like, come on, Ash is like,
Okay.
if he
Well,
starts off,
yes and no. So specifically, what he's talking about is when he faces Brock, Brock asks how many badges he has, and
He's like,
based
what
on
the
the
fuck's a gym
answer,
badge?
you see him look at like the 6 Pokeballs and he grabs 2 of them, right?
oh right, okay,
So
okay, yeah,
it implies that all gym leaders have different teams based on how many badges you
yeah,
have.
okay. So yeah. Well, I'm just saying, like, in general, like, Ash is like by the time he's at Hoenn, like, his Pikachu's got to be like level 500 at that point, you know?
Well,
Yeah,
yeah, I
yeah.
mean, it's just the whole,
Yeah.
like, black and white, he lost to a level 5 Snivy thing, like, the whole shebang.
But it's like in at least like one form of media, we've seen them at least acknowledge the fact
Yeah.
that it is possible to have that type of system. Which, to be fair, it doesn't make sense to like say that gym leaders wouldn't have multiple teams depending on the skill level of the trainer, because like we see through Black and White and Black and White 2 that like gym leaders are chosen from experienced trainers, right?
Yeah, and
So it's
even
like,
in
yeah.
Scarlet Violet, like, you have, like, the gym, like, evaluations that you do as, like, a champion
Mhm.
rank or whatever. So, like, they have the squads, like, full squads. It's just a matter of if Pokemon is, like, too lazy to level scale.
Basically, because like the lore and the logic is there. There's no reason to assume that like Brock only has a Geodude in an Onyx, right? And in fact, we have more reason to assume that he has other stuff.
Yeah, it can't be like, I'm not a video game developer, but the coding can't be that difficult. Like, it's like it feels like it would be a very
No,
I feel
basic,
like
like,
it's
literally,
check
it's
system. Like, if
simple.
have one
Yes.
badge, use team A,
Use this
Yes.
team, yeah.
two badge, use team B. Like, it's not like a difficult.
Yeah. Or it can
I
scale with
agree. I
like
don't.
the levels of your Pokemon too, right? So
I think
that's how
scaling
you.
with the exact levels is
Whatever. I mean, there's
like.
multiple systems. Like,
No,
yeah,
I know.
it's
Scaling
it's
with the
possible.
exact levels is probably a little different, because then like move sets and everything, you could have a static move set for any that are at the gym
Yeah.
badge. But at least being like every gym has a first badge team, every gym has a second badge team. To me, that's fine. If I can still over level, then it's like it's whatever. It's Pokemon at the end of the day.
Yeah, they'll never add anything like. I wish that there were just difficulty option.
Level
Like, give
caps
me
or
a level
something.
cap. Give
Yeah.
me gym leaders with 6 Pokemon. Make that shit a ROM hack. People will love your game. They could definitely just, like, you don't have to. You can just take that shit, dude. Like, it's your property. Like, you can explode any ROM hack game that you want at any time. Just take their stuff, take their ideas, and
Exactly.
run with it. No one's gonna hate you for it. Everyone will be like, fucking
Yeah.
finally, holy shit. So, Black and White had a challenge mode, or Black and White 2, but, like, I don't know what it did.
Yes. It increased, like, it added. I mean, it's basically like a hard mode on a ROM hack. I mean, it wasn't like actually that hard, but like I think it would add a Pokemon to every team and every gym leader's team and increase the levels by like 2 or 3. Um, yeah, that's like I'm pretty sure the extent of it.
Yep. This is the Pokemon episode.
Well, we didn't watch any fucking anime. We gotta make up for it somehow.
I do need to catch up on the Pokemon anime at some point.
Yeah, it's never happening for me. That's staying
Mhm.
dry.
I have heard some mixed things about how like the story's developed in like these later stages, but
I
I'm
saw a
also like
spoiler for something that's gonna happen soon. I'm like, how the fuck did that occur?
yeah. I'm curious what. You should DM me what. Just
Okay.
cuz I'm curious now. Um at the end of the day, it's still like the Pokemon anime, so in my head it's kind of like it is what it is. Like Pokemon anime is going to have some cool moments. It's also going to have some like head scratchers because it's Pokemon anime being Pokemon anime, and it's ultimately something for mostly younger audiences.
Tell me that's not like that's like some Goku shit, dude. Like it makes no sense. I saw the spoiler. I'm like, did what was?
So I actually have not seen this spoiler, and I have no clue what bro's waffling about. Now I'm curious though.
Because people are
Like,
because I saw discussion on Twitter. Everyone's like, how the fuck did this happen? Like what? What do you mean? What do you mean spaceship, dude? Like it's fucking returning to Earth like Goku or like, but no one knows like why he's there. How? I mean, it could be like a weird like
yeah,
metaphor or
no, I see.
translation. I don't know, but like.
I see what you're talking about. This is like brand new,
Yeah,
like
this is like
within episodes.
yeah, very new.
That's crazy.
I found it funny. Like having no knowledge of anything that like happens beyond like major plot points that make it to my Twitter timeline. I'm like, how what?
I'm reading into some discussion on it right now. Like the summary is posted in the Pokemon anime Reddit, and the top comment is just dot 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 spaceship question mark.
Yeah.
Anyway, we don't need to go into more spoilers on this probably, but
Especially I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about. So yeah,
that's hype.
oh,
But
I
also
finished. You know,
many
there actually
questions.
were things that I did since the last episode. I think.
Okay.
It has been like a month for what it's worth.
I can't remember. I don't remember what the fucking last thing we talked about was. Did I talk? I went to the Chainsaw Man movie.
Mm.
Did we
I
talk about that? We
don't
I
might
don't
have.
remember if we
I don't know.
talked about it or not. It slapped. It was really good. Um,
That's what I heard.
I'm pretty sure last episode I was also checked out.
Probably. I think we were all tired when we did. I don't remember.
Today's episode's a lot easier because it's at like 9 p.m. my time now, but a lot of these end up getting recorded at like 11
Oh
p.m.
yeah, it's super late.
directly
Yeah,
11 p.m.
it's a
directly
good
after
time.
I have an 8-hour shift.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
But
watched. I've
yeah,
only
I heard that
seen.
movie's good. A bunch of my friends went to that too.
Yeah,
So
it's
yeah.
a. I took a couple of friends who've never seen Chainsaw Man, so that was a.
Oh, okay.
One of them had never seen
Was it
anime
like
either.
easy to
So.
follow even if you hadn't seen it?
Yeah, I'd
Yeah.
already read the manga, so I'm like, you can realistically watch this part and like you'll be confused on some things, but like you'll get
For the
you'll
most
get the
part, you're
gist.
kind of fine.
Yeah, it's a
Yeah.
pretty
Okay.
self-contained story. And from the same author, his like anthology anime series came out, the Fujimoto Tatsuki 17 through 26, which is like all the work, like some of the one shots he made at that age. I watched the first episode of it. I'm gonna keep watching it. Dude, I mean, it's fucking weird, but it's also like really well made. Um, so I would suggest that honestly. It's goofy ass shit, but um, the production quality is definitely there. Uh, and then 6 hours ago, actually, I completed 2.5D Seduction. The manga ended, so I'm now
Yes,
done with that.
we can
Yeah.
talk about that later because I need to do that.
Well, yeah, I wasn't going to spoil the ending or anything.
No, I know. I'm just saying like that is something that I plan to actually go read fairly soon.
Yeah, there's still one. There's gonna be like an epilogue chapter. So we'll see what
Mhm.
that does. I do think I do need. I want a little bit from that, but I was pretty satisfied with the ending.
I've heard it's been generally well received. Like most people seem to be like, yeah, this is a solid ending.
It's not something you would typically expect from a romance like this. Like if you read chapter one, or let's say you read the first like volume or two, and then you try to predict the ending, you probably wouldn't have gotten it.
The problem is the only thing I know about the ending, which is the big thing, doesn't make any sense to me where I am in the story. But
I see.
the where I am in the story, uh, I can't say it without spoilers. So we're gonna
Does
not
it have to
actually.
do with the
Yes,
conclusion of the main thing that people care about in romance?
I'm just gonna DM it to you.
Yeah, that'll get. I don't remember where you are, but that'll get fixed.
Yeah, I'm sure it will. I need to say that because it's very relevant to me. in that regard.
Like,
Where I'm pretty satisfied with that, even with what I've told you, but also, it's kind of like a question mark, question mark, question mark, as well, where I am currently.
yeah. So, have you? I don't know exactly where you are. Have you? Once you hit your first training arc, your beach camp thing,
Yes.
that's like, and
I think I'm like right there.
there's like a written rule for, so like I don't know, the author just locks the fuck in anytime it's a comic hit or it's like a
Let's
beach
see.
arc. It
Let me
would be
see what. Is there an easy way I can see what story arcs I've read?
it's.
I'm like 25% through. I've read a couple arcs, but
Do you
nothing
know how many
crazy. But I think
chapters in you are specifically? Like that would probably
44.
44.
44.
Uh,
That's what my Annie list says.
Seduction. You should be like pretty close. Chapter 44.
That's what I'm saying. Like I'm sure it's coming, but
44.
like I don't even think I'm technically through season 1.
You.
So I am.
No, season
Yeah.
1 is
So I'm
a two
right
core,
after.
so. Oh, you haven't even really
I'm like
met.
coming up to Comic Hit.
Wait, no, you did meet.
That
Oh,
doesn't
let me
feel
see.
right. Have I not read Summer Comic Hit?
Okay, so you just met the blonde girl.
That does sound correct.
I think. Actually, no, you haven't even met her yet. Well, you kind of
I think
have. She
she's
hasn't
like,
met the main
yeah.
group yet. Okay, so you haven't. Okay,
Yes.
yeah, yeah, okay. 45 is when you like officially meet her. So you're about to reach peak. Once you what the this is probably the part of the story that when I was watching the anime, like actually like got me
I
into it.
really liked the first convention.
Yeah, that one was like fine and all. Well, like when I watched that, I'm like, that was a decent little arc. But then the first comic hit and the training arc that follows it are like actually, it's like back to back bangers. Like the fire on the pen, the page burning.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it I don't know if it's a comic hit or if it's a training arc, they lock in. I don't know. That's
They
just
lock in.
it's
That's
it's just a
fair.
rule. They lock the fuck in. Every time it's a banger arc. Every single time they do those. Not to say that there aren't other good arcs, but those are always usually the best ones. I think I'm trying to think of where the anime ends. I think the anime might end after the summer
I
training
think it's right
arc.
before this summer comic hit. It's just
No,
based on the timeline I
well,
just looked
you
at.
you watched like the first core, I guess. Or no,
Oh,
you didn't
maybe.
watch it.
I
the
just looked at a thing.
the first like 12 episodes ends like where you were basically, and then it picks
Gotcha,
up
gotcha,
with
gotcha.
the second core. You meet Nono P, and then you go from there. I think the training arc is the final bit of the first season. So you know
Okay.
you get two banger arcs back to back in there. And so that's probably like the big tell of like if you'll like be truly into it is if you like those
I mean, there's
arcs.
no reason I think I wouldn't be into it, just because like the convention I liked a lot.
If you like the
So
first
it's
one,
like
then
if I
you
liked the
should.
convention, then I'm probably gonna like. I guess it's not like set in stone, right? But it's like if I've liked the stuff leading up to the first comic hit, then it's also like it's hard to imagine them like changing the formula enough that I'm like, nah, never mind.
Yeah, I am sad to see it go though. I did enjoy reading that. That was a good it was a good read.
All things must end.
All things must end.
If anything, I find it satisfying that it had like an ending that most people feel like was good and justified.
Yeah, I think it did a good job setting it up too. Like I think maybe I would have liked to have seen it maybe be a little bit longer, but like it was good regardless.
Hmm. It's hard to find that balance of like how long to make an ending versus it overstaying its welcome.
You know, they
be
definitely
too long.
could have
So
dragged it, but they didn't do that, which I appreciate. But yeah, I think maybe like another 5 chapters probably could have been a bit more satisfying, but you know, it is what it is.
yeah.
I think that's everything I did, unless there was another thing further back that I didn't.
Oh yeah, I think I mentioned last time that I wanted to catch up on Clanad because I think I paused like 3 or 4 months ago on
Yeah,
episode like 11 or something. Um, so last week, since it's been so long, I just like decided to start at like an old, earlier episode.
yeah,
Um, so I'm at episode 13 now. Or I finished 12, so I'm at 13. So watched like 6 episodes over the past couple weeks. So um, yeah, I don't know. It's good. So I'll just keep watching that now that I've kind of gotten on a roll on that. But yeah, and then I can watch After Story, Daniel's favorite show.
I do
Spat
need
is
to
going to
lock in and
finish
watch.
Clanad
Yeah, I am.
before
I am. I actually am, bro.
PK
I was
has
No,
even watched episode
I was on a
2.
roll, man.
listen,
I had to catch myself
no,
up. You know, my
no.
memory's bad. I have to remember all the characters, everything.
Because here's the thing. Here's the thing. Right? We've talked about we don't know how much longer we'll be doing the podcast because life type things,
Uh
right?
huh.
And even regardless, it's like things will be probably like fewer and there'll be bigger space in between episodes until we get to that point. But we do have to have an episode either before the end or like an epilogue episode
Yeah,
where
whatever.
we've all watched Clanad and we talk about it.
Yeah, because
I feel like that's
I'm just
I
looking
feel
this
like that's required.
this pinned message from January 19th, 2023, where Daniel got every single coin flip wrong, which means I actually won because of the handicap
Because I
rules.
kept giving handicaps, which is also funny though, because I do think I like that you won it off of
Getting
getting
all of them
everything
wrong.
wrong, because it's basically the same as getting them all right. You know, like
just in a
the
more
odds
poetic
of
fashion.
that. Yeah, the odds of that are practically the same.
I think they are quite literally the same by like definition of like of just like the probability like with coins. I think the inverse would just be the same chance. It's a bell curve or something.
It was also a discount too. I gave you 6.
Yeah, I deserve it though because I remember the day where I got 8 out of 10, I think, and that was devastating. That like,
The out of 10 was brutal.
I think if I would have it hurts less that I did it on a 6 because if I got 10 out of 10 and you were still on episode 2 of Clanad, like 2 years later, I would actually cry. Almost 3 years now. We're about a month away from the 3-year anniversary of the coin flip. That never, or the coin flip that was, but the watch that never was.
Listen, Clanad will be finished and talked about on this podcast. I feel like that is something we owe everyone, including
You owe me. You don't owe anyone else anything. You owe me specifically.
you.
Yeah, I'm gonna be gathering the Dragon Balls, the Gochuucast guest members, so we can have the all-star episode, and then after that, who knows what happens? Maybe we
I
just
love
end it
the
the next
All-Star
episode.
episode. It's like one of those things where it's I think peeling back the curtain, anyone listening, um, it like I think we all, or at least me, but even you two to an extent, are at a point where there's a lot of other things that we're focusing on right now,
Right.
and so it just kind of becomes hard. And I think like the big thing for me personally is I'm not watching like anything really because I'm doing so many other things and I want to focus on so many other things. And I'm like at some point I will get back to the mood of like I want to watch things or like I'll like watch the occasional anime that's like something I'm really excited about. over the next coming seasons, but I think it's like I don't feel like I have the time or desire to be feeling like I have to watch a certain amount of show for like to be able to talk about it on the podcast currently. So it's like one of those things where it's like it's not that any of us want to specifically not be doing the podcast.
Yeah, it's just life. Like
It's
that's
yeah,
fine.
it's life is like the podcast fitting into life, at least for me personally, is very difficult right now.
I mean,
And if
it's just
later on down the
becoming
road,
difficult for everyone right now. But yeah, I mean,
exactly.
say
If
season 2,
later
you never
on,
know.
yeah, if later on down the road we're like, hey, I'm like, hey, I'm back into like my anime phase, and I want to talk about this shit, and you guys are like, oh yeah, us too, season 2, or even just like random episode here or there, where it's like, I DM in the group, or someone DMs in the group, and they're like, yo, we gotta talk about 86 season 2 now that it's finished, or something like that.
Yeah, I'll see you in 5 years, at least for that one.
Oh boy.
I think I think it's probably more likely to be something to one of those angles than like we do our final episode and it's like goodbye forever. It's more
Yeah,
of
yeah.
like
We'll see what works and work around that. That's like my opinion on it. But
I
yeah.
think it's like it's more of a more formal hiatus or like
We're just Hunter x Hunter, you know. Like we had our run. Now we're gonna go on hiatus. We'll drop like one chapter every
once
100 days.
once in a while we'll show up and yeah. But it's also like I know Daniel personally wants to kind of get back into the groove of stuff on his main channel,
His channel, yeah.
which I think is great.
That got like fucking blasted in the
Oh,
knees with the fucking
Yeah.
addition of the furry creature to the home. But we'll see
Yeah, I
how
mean that's also valid, but
once he learns to be independent, then that will make my life easier. So
that's what I'm saying. Like, and Spats like literally started his actual career over the course of this podcast.
yeah. I mean, that had to happen. I couldn't see it unemployed
It did. It
forever.
did. I'm just saying. Like when we started the podcast, you were still in school.
Yeah. Well, I think
I,
the hardest thing is scheduling now because like
I do
I
work
sleep
second
pretty
shift, and Daniel works pretty early, and you work
yeah,
pretty like
and I sleep
normal, like 9 to
yeah, but I
5
sleep
type
early
thing.
now.
It
Like
seems.
I'm old, bro. Like
Yeah.
sometimes for that not that 9:30 9:45 sleep time, it sometimes happens and it hits. You get to wake up early and you get to
Well, now that I'm
watch the entire
same,
world wake up. But
now that
I don't know.
now that I'm the same time zone as you, it's even worse, right? Because
Mm,
before it was like, oh, I get home at 11 Eastern, which is
yeah,
10
yeah,
Central, a little more manageable. But now it's like, oh, I get home at 11 Central.
I should have dropped it in there.
yeah.
Season 2 of Moose Mason Earl Grey leaked. That's pretty hype.
It leaked.
Yeah,
Oh, I
like
see.
the
I see. I see.
production decision. I'm sure that'll probably get announced after the first season ends, I would imagine. But
I thought this is already known, but fair enough.
no. We're in core 2 right now. Maybe that's what you're thinking about. I don't know.
That's probably why.
But yeah, that's exciting. I mean, it's gonna be like a sad day, you know, when all the Uma anime is gone. Like, what am I gonna do with my life? You know, like I gotta watch something.
True. You gotta find another series.
It is like I hate going through the big series.
Hey,
It happened with Love Live. It happened with Uma. Like I just run out of content. I'm like, well, fuck, dude. I just spent like 100 episodes with all these motherfuckers, and now there's nothing. It's all gone.
hey Daniel. Hey Daniel. Do you
Hmm.
wanna not run out of content?
One
Oh, I
Piece
know it's
is
coming.
another problem
Yep.
for another day.
I just think so. I'm a little behind on the manga, admittedly, but I just think you, because of like the communities you're in and the conversations you see, I just think you will want to be caught up to One Piece before they find the One Piece.
I mean, yeah, that's why I was like
Whatever,
telling you, tell
whatever
me
it
when they're
is.
about to find the One Piece, and then like no
Now,
matter what, I'll...
what I can tell you is that we haven't seen Luffy in like 6 months because we're in flashback piece right now. But
Okay, so we're not.
so we're not too close yet. But I'm just saying, like, it is one of those things where it feels like once we leave the island that they're currently on, I really can't see there being that much more before we find the One Piece.
I can already tell Damn Weep's going to be insufferable the day that happens. I don't like.
Oh yeah, everywhere. The problem is everywhere is going to be insufferable.
That's true. Like, I will not be able to escape it on Twitter specifically.
And that's the exact reason why it's like you and you know obviously, but it is one of those things where it's like it's coming. I do think it's funny that Rex stealth read One Piece.
Well, that's what I was gonna do. Motherfucker stole my flow.
he did. He
Bar
did.
for bar. I was gonna fucking
He did
stealth read One
completely
Piece.
steal your flow. He stealth read One Piece and then one day posted about it.
Well, now I'm gonna be the second guy to do it. I'm gonna post like an arc tier list. I'll have to one up him on that.
I'm glad to. So one of the things I've been doing lately was Grex ran a Pokemon Survivor show. Basically, he's a big Total Drama Island fan, and so it was Total Drama Island, the Pokemon League, basically. And so I was in that, which was kind of fun. The little Pokemon League TV show.
Yeah.
I may have done some nefarious things per my character, but
Yeah.
you know sometimes the villain wins.
Yeah, I signed up technically for a draft league that I used to play in a lot. I was a fucking like a few days late on the signups for the season, so if someone drop, it's a pretty big season. Someone will probably drop.
Dude.
But I
Oh,
could.
yeah,
Yeah,
you're
I'm a
back in.
yeah, like the format is it's kind of like how SPL does it with like the teams and stuff. It's
Yeah.
not.
Yeah.
It's a little this season specifically. I mean, we've done it before. They kind of switch formats around every now and then, just keep things fresh. But it's like teams right now, and so I think if a team member drops, rather than next in line, the captain of the team is able to choose whoever. So I'll probably get chosen just off. I'm the potential man. Like I could be as good as I was 5 years ago. I could be ass, and there's really no way of knowing until you put me out on the field with all the Gen 9 mods that I don't know what they do.
I'm currently planning a pretty big league that'll probably be open to like a large percentage of the public. I'm still figuring out the scope of it, but I have something cooking that's like massive, but also it's massive. So it's one of those things where it's like I might also get partway through it and be like, this is too ambitious, right?
Right.
But I do have something quite large in the cooker. So if you're still in your Pokemon phase when that happens, right now I'm tentatively aiming for the summer. It may take too long to develop some of the things I want to develop.
I see. We'll see. I mean, I'd like to stay into it because I want to get back into like maybe doing like Smogon stuff in like Gen 10 or something. If I don't want to blow my brains out playing the competitive scene of Gen 10, but
I would
We'll see.
really like to because I've been having fun doing VGC. I just don't have I think enough time as I would want to like feel like I'm really like progressing to like my potential in VGC. So we'll see. We'll see how it goes. Like I said, I have a couple regionals I want to go to. I think I should be able to perform pretty well at them. It just kind of comes down to do I actually have the time and the knowledge to like actually properly prepare for those, or am I going to keep going like X3, X4 because I'm only able to learn so much with the time I have.
Yeah, I think the big
It's
thing
hard
with
to say.
VGC for me is like some mons in VGC are like unviable in singles, but like in VGC they're like the kings. Like in no.
So,
Like let's just like Incineroar still has tools to be useful in like singles,
sure,
but like
yeah.
I like fucking Whimsicott. Are you kidding me? Like you gave me
Giraffing,
a
Furry Giraffe, or whatever it's
a
called.
distribution
Yeah.
Whimsicott.
Listen, I made it to finals with a Whimsicott in singles in Gen 7, so
I'm not saying Whimsicott is like the most dog shit mod of all time. That goes to
The
like
difference is huge,
White
though.
Dog, but like yeah, like the odds that you were going to use a Whimsicott.
It's just like a lot of like the useful utility moves and like the distribution of that.
I think that's like
Yeah.
what I think is fun about it, but also different, is like there's so many different things. Like all of those utility moves that we don't use in singles are like vital to VGC, and then by contrast, like setup moves are still good in VGC, but setup moves are like the cornerstone of
Yeah,
singles
it's
to
like the
me.
crux of singles because like without setup, I mean you don't need setup in every game, but like chances are like if you run into like a bulky offense or like a stall team or something, you need setup to break it.
Setup is so necessary in singles. Like protect. Like some every once in a while I bring protect in singles, but it's like centralized in doubles.
Yeah, like in singles, if I have Protect, my Mon has Leech Seed or Toxic, and that's like the only two use cases that you ever have for Protect or something like
Once
that.
in a while if it's like sub lefties, something like that.
Yeah,
Well,
some
yeah, I
protect.
don't. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
But it's still like the fact of
yeah.
like
If you're like pressure stalling it, like if you're Kyurem, like you'll see like a sub Protect
Yeah.
Kyurem or some
It's not
shit
like
like that.
a tempo move that is in like the VGC. Yeah, it's just
yeah,
different.
in VGC in like when you play sometimes it's fun when you get those turns perfectly where it's you get the protect and they hit into it with both
Mhm.
mods and your other slot just gets to do whatever it is you wanted your other slot to do. Feels powerful.
Yeah, you know what else feels powerful? I need to take a shit, so I'm gonna let Spat do the outro because this PK did the intro.
Oh, let's go. Okay.
Let's go.
Thank you, everybody, for watching this episode of the Gochuucast. You can find us on wherever you get your podcasts, Spotify. Um,
Ooh. When will this
uh,
release on Spotify? Mm,
Uh,
you could
I
definitely find us.
think
on
Spotify's like
YouTube.
5 episodes behind right now, even though we haven't
Yeah.
posted
Okay.
often. But
You can find,
it'll be on
you're
Spotify.
watching this on
I'll
YouTube. You
get
can
it there
find the other
eventually.
episodes on YouTube.
By the
Um,
time this is out on Spotify, check the YouTube might be dead.
anyway,
Who knows?
we'll be back whenever we're back, whenever we can, whenever we want. Thank you for listening. We appreciate it. Have a great day.
I feel like he's missing something.
Oh,
Oh,
we're
I'm
like,
missing.
missing
comment,
so
like,
much.
comment,
Of course I
subscribe.
am, bro.
What else? What else do we
What do you
need
want?
here?
Well, I mean, there's every Saturday 3 p.m. EST without
Yes,
jokes. If
every
we're
Sa-
doing,
Yeah,
except
but I
it's
explicitly
not
didn't
every
say that.
except it's
Saturday
no
anymore.
longer. Yeah, except it's no longer every Saturday. It's like occasionally some Saturdays. Um, we'll see how often.
Yeah, yeah. I'll go
That's what I
back.
said.
I'll get the outro next time. Don't worry.
Yeah, of course,
Thanks,
of
man.
course.
Anyway, yeah. Well, goodbye. That's the end of the episode.